and I've sort of had 6 fish now over 45 pounds. My name's Bradley, I'm a Fox sponsored angler and you join me today at my Essex Syndicate. The Syndicate in particular is one I've been waiting for about 4 seasons. Anyway, waited in line as you do, finally got the call, buzzing to get down here because there's a lot of big fish in here. I was fishing a water not too far from here, so I was picking up little bits of info along the way. And yeah, a lot of big fish, so got down here, usual scenario, walked the venue first, had a good look, leading rod, led about, real weedy water. The peg in particular that I picked, you've got a bay to the left there and loads of trees overhanging opposite, nice margins, everything else. And as I say, I've had a ticket with a lake just down the road there. And I know that this water in particular is dominated by bait boats. So with that in mind and looking at the tree lines opposite me, everything else, it screams put a bait boat in there. So you know, I went completely against the grain, found a clear area out there. Short range, catapult range, perfect for getting the bait in. And I really did give them some bait. Proper clean that area up. The more bait I put in, the clearer the area become. To start with, you know, I suppose, like only short range out there, enough for 2 rods, but very tight. Weed beds either side, weed beds in the front of it and the back of it. So you had to get the rod perfect, feel that drop, really bang on. Then you know you're angling. Might take you a couple of chucks, but you had to get, you know, bang on out there. 2 rods on the spot. Then the spot become more clearer and clearer. And that's when I started fishing sort of wafters, bottom baits, etc. Just adjusting everything, changing the colours where I got 2 rods on the spot. I could afford to chop and change. So yeah, the area I'm fishing now, I'd come down baiting it all the time. Like, well, when I say all the time, I tend to come on a Sunday evening after dark, and a lot of the members had finished up what they was doing. Even non-fishing weeks, I'd be down here baiting, keeping the spot alive. Well, that then started to really sort of pay off for me. 1 or 2 of my mates have been members here. So I'm like, send me the 18, you know, on the old WhatsApp. Photos come across, study the photos card like that one, yeah, wouldn't mind catching that. Getting back to the big un, get this take, absolutely mega take. Bang it away the rod, pick the rod up and you know straight away. It must have peeled 30 yard of line off of me. Just keeping it going. Anyway, eventually turned the fish. It come towards me then for about 30 yards. So it's perfect really, because if it would have kited me round to this right, you know, anything could have happened, where it took so much line off me on the initial take and picking up the rod. So yeah, gain control. And you, as I say, you know they're big. When you hook them big uns, you know. Had a proper scrap with it there. Bolting all through the weed beds, it blew them up. There was weed down the left, down the right. The old knees was having a rattle up. Eventually, bang, got the net under it, straight away. knew it was the 50 pounder. On the scales, 52.7. Phoned up the wife straight away. God, I just had that big and absolutely buzzed. She's like, oh, brilliant, you know. Stopped driving me mad almost. Like, you know, we sort of live and die to fishing sometimes. Keep talking about it, didn't we, at home, everything else. But if that's what we enjoy, that's what we do. So yes, the biggest lake, the biggest fish in the lake was one of the first A team I caught. Yeah, third fish I'd caught. And then it was, you know, as I say, after that big mirror, there's a common in here. Big old common it is. And I actually had that at 43.10. That was a mega fish, that one. Proper pleased with that. Really pleased with that one. My pal was actually here, he was having a cup of tea with me. He said, oh, what you up to? I'll pop over. He sat here. The old rod's gone, boom, away it was. So yeah, just to enjoy the moment with him, my pal Ryan now. So the rig of choice here, blowback rig. 14mm wafter, this has been doing the damage. 14mm wafter, size 5 curve shank, sticky sharp that hook. Unreal they are, the hook holds. Bit of silicone to trap that air in place. Bit of shrink tube just to kick it over a bit, make it a bit more aggressive. 25 pound Camotex, strip back. Cut the bits of putty to pin it down. It's heavy anyway, but just to make sure it's pinned down and we'll pick up the contours of the bottom at all. Figure of 8 knot, so I can move quick after each bite and just clip it on, and an anti-tangle sleeve there. So yeah, the anti-tangle sleeve, cut the reasons for that, to obviously eliminate any tangles. Slip it onto the quick link, cover the quick link, away you go. Right, so as I mentioned, we're fishing a real weedy water. So with that in mind, your line's got to be up to scratch. I use 23 pound Exocet. It's a 0.40. Listen, it flies like a good one. It really does get you out to where you want if you've got to do. And it is very strong. So we fish a naked tail rubber onto the line. Size 10 lead clip, the slick one, so that when we get that bite, that lead's straight off. Fish is up, you know, it gives you so much of a better chance of landing it. Quick change swivel. These slick lead clips, you've got no grooves on them, so the lead is off straight away, you know, never fails. Choice of lead, 3 ounce Exocet lead. In this case, it's the gravel brown one. That's it, look, all the way through. And then what I do just to make sure is I pin it with a couple of blobs of putty, just so that last sort of 6 foot's pinned without a doubt. And that is my preferred lead setup for fishing in weed. Then we got onto the other A team. 40 pounders, you know, was regular on each session. Exactly what I wanted a ticket for. We all love them big ones, you know. So then we move on again. And I had another fish at 42 odd pound. Again, really made up with that. I tend to try and get hold of me mates if I have one of them bigger ones to help out with the photos. We're up and running. A team, tick, tick, tick. Perfect. And then this in particular session, I had a brace of 40s. I had a 48-12, known as a peach, and a fish known as polyball at 47 pound. I also backed that up with a 30 pound common that morning. joining the water, you always pick out that one you want. And it wasn't even the big one that I picked, you know. So I think that's just sometimes being a little bit too much, but there was this one fish that I really wanted. So after bracing that 48 and 47, we move on to the next week. We've got a couple of nights again, you know, the spots, but there's fish boshing, so we know we can't be far from the ones. But this in particular fish that I'm talking about had previously come out probably about 6, 7, 8 weeks before at 44 odd pounds. So I was like, not sure if I've missed the opportunity there. But it was that next session when I got this bite, same again, just before first light, the old right hand rod, that was away. Knew it was a good one, flicked the old head torch on, just as it was coming ready for the net. I was like, that's the one I want, that dark chestnut, proper fish, great big head on it, lovely. The number one target was in. I was like, look, this couldn't be going any better now. That was the week after, as I say, bracing them 40s. That was only last week, that one. And yeah, we're here today and we've had another brace. 44-14. Backed it up with another couple of commons. Perfect. In between, the backup fish. Scallies, linears, puck, all really dark, really nice. Right, enjoyed my time here so far. Still got quite a way to go, you know, with this being like one of my favourite months, October. Who knows what can happen?